Yeah.
Next guy up, young, hungry defense, he'll step in, and this is why it's such a gut check. I feel like in years past, you go,
I bet.
it's going to be some middle round pick, and who the hell knows if he's any good. I feel like the track record of Brad Holmes, I don't view it that way. I view it as, hey, let's see it.
And the mindset of guys on this defense is, hey, the train is leaving the station. Like, this is becoming a good defense. We want to make sure that we earn the right to stick around. Young players, hey, you see everybody that you just mentioned going out and making plays. I'm a young player. I better get my name on the radar, make sure that AG, Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, everybody understands that I'm going to pull my weight, and I'm going to step up just like everybody else has, so that I can remain with this team.
I didn't even mention the 6th-round picks, Malcolm Rodriguez and James Houston. Now, it's really become one of those deals where you don't panic when you got to go to a younger player on this defense. Ticket text, the response to the question, I posted a Twitter poll on it, nearly 1,000 responses this morning, and it's close. It's like 52% of people think Michigan is more likely to win the national title than the Lions are to win a playoff game. And the ticket texts go both ways. This one says easily Michigan because they're already in the playoffs and they control their own destiny. The Lions haven't made the playoffs yet. They don't control their own destiny. I feel like it's more of a formality. If the Lions win this week,
I'm not going to call making the playoffs a formality.
No, but in terms of controlling their own destiny, they win this week, they get the other 2 favorites that we expect to win. They're in, and then they're in a position to finish it out.
Yes.
Feels like kind of a formality.
Still got to get there.
You won't let me have it.
No.
Ticket Texter says more likely Michigan wins the title. They only need to win 1 game, perhaps as an underdog. Detroit would need to win multiple games.
Your ring's probably getting cold.
They are favored this week in Carolina. They should be favored next week against the Chicago Bears.
Going to Lambeau might be the one where they're not going to be favored depending on is Aaron Rodgers playing or not.
What's there to play for? I think the spread, though, will be under 3. I think it'll be one of those games where maybe it's Green Bay by a point or something. Yeah. And then a playoff game, they would be underdogs on the road in a playoff game. But, again, if they have won 9 of 10 games and they're going to Minnesota, they're not going to be some massive underdog.
And Minnesota was 10-2 when they came to the sub-500 Detroit Lions, and the Detroit Lions were favored.
So I don't agree with that one. Ticket text coming in, this one says, the problem with the Lions making the playoffs is any given Sunday, there's NFL parity. Okay, but that's one narrative that anybody can win in the NFL, and it's right. But there's another narrative that Michigan has to fight, which is SEC dominance.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and I'm not saying you can't overcome it, but it is a storyline that, hey, in the SEC, the athletes are bigger, faster, stronger. And Michigan wants to bully people, and so does Georgia. And if they're bigger and faster and stronger, you don't get to bully people like that.
Yeah, but for the Lions, you talk about any given Sunday. I mean, we've seen, did we ever think that the Jets would beat the Bills? No. And the Chicago Bears coming to Ford Field. And then I just mentioned, the Lions are dominant offensively at home. But when you have a team that has absolutely nothing to lose, I mean, they can throw caution to the wind. You can see fakes. You can see, them going for it on 4th down every time. Onside kicks. The same way the Lions approached last year's Rams game. And, I mean, and the Lions are nowhere near the Rams last year.
But you throw
all those different things at them.
Yeah. Onside kick and fake punts, anything you can do. So ticket text on the shoveling thing that I found out too. This is interesting perspective for people. So it says I shovel a small area as a test around 7. By 7:30, if it's completely covered again, it's pointless to shovel until the winds die down. Because it's just going to get blown around and wasting your time. Another person says it's completely dependent on, whether they've got foot traffic in the area. That's kind of what you were talking about. This one says shoveling based on whether my wife or guests will be coming and going. If no one's coming and going, I'm waiting until it's all done. Someone does point out, though, growing up in northern New Hampshire, when a small storm is a foot of snow, you don't do it all at once unless you like heart attacks. You're going to have to wait.
Or you have a snowblower.
That's my thing, though. When it's going to be like a low snow total, wait. If it's going to be 6 inches and then a foot and then another, then yeah, you got to stay ahead of it. You can't get buried. You can't get snowed in. Let's go to Ken on the south. Ken, good morning. You're on 97.1.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to point out that the Lions have got Green Bay's number. They've beat them 6 out of the last 10 games. And while I was on hold, I was looking at the scores at Green Bay. We beat them 4 games in a row in Green Bay, and we scored 23-31, 35 and 42 points in Green Bay.
So this is not as scary as people make it out to be.
Not at all. Not at all. I took my wife there a few years ago because she's a big Green Bay fan, and we were playing in September. Monday night game, and of course the Lions beat them.
So let me ask you this, Ken. If we get to the end of the season and the Packers have lost to Miami, or they have another loss and they're out of the playoffs, and the Detroit Lions have to win to get that number 7 spot, or at least to hold on to that number 7 spot, is your wife going to flip sides and cheer for your team?
No way. No way.
It's not even close, eh?
And I also want to point out that I think Aaron Rodgers will play regardless because he's got, his ego will force him to play. He's going to run his mouth the whole week and try and get the Lions out of their game, and I hope they don't listen to him.
Well, so, Ken, I'm looking this up, and maybe we saw different things, but I'm seeing last year they lost in Green Bay. They lost in Green Bay in 2020. That was a 42-21 loss. They also lost in Green Bay in 2019. So, I mean, I get why people look at that as a house of horrors. I mean, that is...
I'm looking at September 20th, we beat 21, we beat Green Bay 35-17. I'm looking at...
That's a Green Bay 35-17.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, I was wrong there.
No, you're good. You're good. Now, your point about not being afraid of this team, I'm not afraid of it, no, despite the history. And that's why I want to double check, because I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Like, people's fears are rooted in history. The history is you don't win in Lambeau. I think it's the last 3 seasons they haven't been able to pick up a win there. But this team isn't, like, last year's Lions team is not this year's Lions team. I think that's painfully obvious if you're a Packer fan, because you already lost to this team this season.
And going on the road in the NFL and getting wins is not an easy thing to do. And there are a handful of places in the NFL where it can be a house of horrors. Going on the road to Lambeau, whether you're the Lions, the Vikings, the Bears,
and yours too.
Going to Lambeau is hard to go there and win. But if you can rely upon a few things, and that is a solid defense travels, and a run game, especially at the end
Sure, it doesn't smell like Nana Joe's face.
Whether it's cold weather or there's possible precipitation, whether it's ice, snow, rain, wind, whatever it is. But the run games will travel as well. And in a good offensive line, you're going to be able to protect your quarterback. You're going to be able to run the football. And it may not be 8 yards a pop. It's not what you're necessarily looking for. But if you control the line of scrimmage, control the tempo of the game, you got a good shot of going there and getting a win.
Put it in context. Through 14 games, Lions have played 14 games. They have run for more yards than any Lions team since 1998. They've run for more rushing touchdowns since any Lions team since 1981. This offensive line is doing a great job. Last week is not the most flashy example. They ran for like 107 yards. When you talk about controlling the line of scrimmage, the Jets only ran for 50. They doubled up the Jets, and those are pivotal yards. It's where you're at down in distance, how you set your offense up for success. And the other way that you dominate is you keep the quarterback upright. They sacked Goff 0 times, and they got to Zach Wilson 4 times. This offensive line that's the thing that travels. Proving defense in this offensive line. Go play the game in Carolina, go play the game in Lambeau, play the game on the moon. I really liked what they've been doing lately.
And don't think that Jamal Williams won't have a little bit of extra juice in this game. He was originally with the Packers. He's been in Detroit for 2 years. I mean, he would love to be able to go there, put together a great performance, which they will need from him and hopefully DeAndre Swift as well. But go there, put together a great performance to send this team into the playoffs against his former team.
Bring it on. That's how I feel about it. Bring it on. Got to win the next couple games to set up the ultimate game at the end, but bring it on. I feel confident. We'll keep talking to Lions fans this morning. I do want to get into the cautionary tale that was last night. We'll talk about that. We've got some Christmas debates at 9:35. Stick around. It's 97.1.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic. From the WWJ 950 AM Traffic Center, this report sponsored by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Going to need to allow a lot of extra time and reduce your speeds along these snowy and slick roadways. The Lodge northbound after Davidson, a crash on the left shoulder. 696 eastbound at the Woodward Overpass, the crash is blocking the left lane and shoulder. Oakland County roads tweeting and saying they're treating the roads and the treatment is freezing after you get your drive settled on the icy conditions. The wind is a big factor along the area roadways as well. Off of the freeways, a crash here, southbound Van Dyke after 17 Mile. This is blocking the right lane. Your Metro Detroit Chevrolet dealers in your neighborhood with impressive lineup of Chevys, whether it's their versatile family of SUVs or the unforgettable Silverado, they'll put you in the driver's seat. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. I'm Tracy McCaskill with the traffic.
Hey, want to get away, relax, have a great time? It's the D Las Vegas. They've got everything you need. They got gaming tape. They got slots. They got the long bar where lots of fun takes place. They got the new sports book, Bar Canada. Lots of fun. Downtown is a blast. The odds are really better. They got great food. Joe Vicari's Andiamo Italian Steakhouse. They got American Coney Island. You know what else they got? They got the best bang for your buck. Go to the D.com right now. Check out the rates. You won't find any place as nice as the D or as little cost as the D. They got gaming. They got slots. They got great food. So go to Vegas. Have a wonderful time. It's a great place. I believe Mike and Nico will be there for months, so you want to book that right now. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Las Vegas.
Our team in blue may be on the road to a championship, but there's already another championship team in town, Sarah Wayland Chevrolet. As the #1 volume Chevy dealer for new and certified pre-owned vehicles in the country for 2022, they will get you into a brand new Chevy car, truck, or SUV and treat you like a winner. From the legendary Silverado to their impressive lineup of SUVs, Sarah Wayland Chevrolet has got your back. So hit the road in a brand new Chevy from Sarah Wayland Chevrolet today, where leasing, buying, or custom ordering any new Chevy is always a great experience. That's because Sarah Wayland's family will take care of your family. With great deals and a great experience, it's a win-win with the championship team at Sarah Wayland Chevrolet. 17.5 Van Dyke in Sterling Heights. Call 800-WAYLAND-1 or go to sarahwayland.com. Find new roads.
97.1 The Ticket and Beaumont's Student Heart Check program provides a healthy heart check for students whose families might not otherwise be able to afford it. Go to 971theticket.com, search Student Heart Check, and help make a difference in our community.
Are you kidding me? Gas prices are up again? Somebody has to do something. Well, someone did. That's why I use Upside. Upside? What's that? It's a free app that pays you back real money for every gallon of gas or diesel you buy. I just earned 25 cents back on every gallon of this tank. Hold on. So the Upside app is free and you actually get cash back every time you use it? No strings attached? Yep, it's awesome. Check it out. It only takes a couple of minutes to sign up.
Instead of just watching your dollars go into your tank, start putting money back into your wallet with the free app from Upside. With the price of gas today, it's big news and big money. To cash out of your Upside cash, just transfer it to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card. Upside users have already earned over $200 million. Now it's your turn. Download the free Upside app and get cash back on every gallon of gas. Use promo code GOLF for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's code GOLF. Use code GOLF for an extra 25 cents per gallon back in your first fill-up. Cashback's not available in gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm your unused PTO. It's almost the end of the year, and if you don't put me on a timesheet, I will be gone forever. Use me or lose me. Let's get away.
It's getaway time. Get our best deals of the season on a new Hyundai. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now get 0% APR, 0 payments for 90 days, and $500 bonus cash on select vehicles. Hurry to your local Hyundai dealer now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offer ends 1/3/23. Call 1-562-314-4603 for complete offer details.
Hey, it's Boomer Esiason, and we all know the game isn't over till it's over. So next time you need parts for your car, don't call it quits. Go to eBay Motors. They have 122 million parts to take your car into overtime. Get the right parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com.